Hey everybody, Melissa Harmel here, Realtor with eXp Realty Alaska. It's episode 10 of our Home in Alaska show, and I'm so excited to come to you today and talk with one of my favorite Alaska home loan professionals. We started last week a 5-part series on common buyer questions. Today's topic is when a buyer tells you, I don't want you to pull my credit because it will drop my score. So, hey, Rhonda, it's great to see you again. Can
Hey,
you share
Melissa,
with our
you too.
viewers how long you've been in the mortgage industry?
So I started in 1983, coming up on 39 years here.
Wow. I
You
bet
know,
you've seen it
what's even,
all.
yeah, well, a lot of it. What's even more scary is that it was just a couple of months after my first son was born. So guess what? He's getting old.
Well, I
So,
know we've been working together, what? I think going on 16 years now, right?
right, because you've been doing this quite a while as well.
Yes, yes, I love it.
I do too.
So I know because I hear this, oh my gosh, if I talk to more than one lender and they pull our credit, oh my God, is it going to drop my score? So I don't have an answer for that. So can you explain to our viewers how the mortgage industry really works when it comes to a buyer needing their credit pulled?
Right. And so I do get this question an awful lot. I just want to get pre-qualified, but I don't want you to pull my report yet because I don't want my score to drop. And, I've heard that an awful lot, and there is some validity to it. But really, in my professional opinion, we can't get you pre-qualified without pulling that credit report. So I cannot write that letter saying that, yes, I've reviewed your income, your credit, your assets, your debt, and that if they write an offer, then I feel comfortable that they're going to close until that credit report is pulled. So there's a couple of things to keep in mind. One is that if you have really good credit, then that credit pull is only going to hit you maybe 1 or 2 points because you've already proven that you can handle the credit you've been given. So inquiring about new credit isn't going to hurt you that much. If you have a super low score, it will have a little bigger impact on you. But here's the thing, we don't know what that impact is going to be until we actually pull it. And a lot of times, if it's a lower score, then we can tell you, hey, if you do this and this, then it will take you this long and your score will go to that. And now that makes you eligible for this product or that program or this interest rate break. And so pulling that score is really the day one start to finding out all the answers that we need.
So when a buyer is shopping for a home loan, they go to lender A. Lender A is you pull their credit, they look at everything. Then they go to a dinner party 2 days later. Aunt Sally says, oh, well, you have to call my favorite mortgage loan officer and they'll give you the best deal in town. So
Mm-hmm.
does when that lender, I imagine, would say the same thing, that in order for us to really understand what you qualify for and the best loan for you, they would also pull your credit. Does that also impact somebody's credit score?
Right. So there's two exceptions to the multiple inquiry rules. And when it's big ticket items, the first one being a home and the second one being a vehicle. So if you've ever gone to a dealership and said, I'm pretty interested in this new vehicle that I want to buy, and then you might look at your credit report and see 8, 10, 12 different inquiries on there from different banks that might be willing to finance that car for you, but it really only hits your score one time. So you have this little 14-day window to have those two big ticket items pulling your credit report to do your due diligence, to do your shopping without it affecting your score each and every single time.
So it is okay to shop just as long as you remember that 14-day window of time.
Exactly. Now, after that 14 days, then you're going to start seeing another inquiry. But really, again, as long as your score is nice and high, then it's going to be a very minimal impact. And if it's very low, you really want to keep an eye on it because it could kick you out of some programs ultimately. All it takes is 1 point where you're on the inside of the line or the outside of the line.
Okay. So again, hooking up with a mortgage professional who actually can explain that at that time is key, correct?
Absolutely, because you're not going to spend a lot of time with a client who's not showing the commitment to get pre-qualified, who doesn't show the commitment that they're ready right now, that if you find them that perfect home, which you work really hard to do, and you don't get paid until it closes, right? Nor do I. And so if you're not going to show the commitment to take those steps to get the full-on pre-approval before you go looking for a home, then everybody's going to be set up for disappointment. You're going to find that home. You might find that there's something on this credit report that prevents you from getting it. Your realtor isn't going to be as inclined to be working with you. The lender's not going to be able to help advise you. So really, if you're ready to go now, then let's get the full-on pre-approval done. If you're not ready to go now, of course, go ahead and hold off. But I'd still suggest people monitor their own credit report and make sure nothing creeps up on that. And I think we're going to do a series on credit later, which
Yes.
is really important, and kind of break it down step by step on what goes into those credit scores.
Yes, that's another show. Probably we'll start that in May.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's great. So what great information, and thank you so much for sharing, Rhonda.
Yeah.
If you follow me here on YouTube or Instagram or wherever you're watching this, I'm a big believer in sharing information so that you can make a really great decision. Rhonda and I share information every single week, and we get the ideas for our weekly shows from either our experience of late or questions that you have brought to us. Please feel free to share any comments in the comment section on YouTube. If you'd like to call us or contact us, our contact information is at the end of this video, and you can call us, you can text us, you can email us. We'd really love to hear from you. And so please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on any of my channels at Melissa Harmel Realtor. And we'll see you next week, Rhonda.
All right. See you next week.